Welcome to BIMS TV. I'm Dr. Tiara Moore, and this is BIMS Bites. And today, I'll be biting into estuaries. So, you may be thinking, estuaries? What are those? Estuaries are my favorite ecosystem. Not only do they provide habitat and resources, they also have tons of animals and plants, and they have a lot of resources for humans, of course. And they have a lot of different types of habitats in their ecosystems. So, estuaries are what we call brackish ecosystems. So, they're a little bit salty and a little bit fresh. They're where you can say the ocean meets the river or a lake. They have an input of that salt water from the ocean and then fresh water from, like I said, rivers and streams. So, while we call it an estuary, there are actually lots of different types of estuaries. And I get a bit musical when I think about it because it's really say my name when you're thinking about different types of estuaries. So, for example, the largest estuary in the United States is the Chesapeake Bay. So the Chesapeake Bay, again, a bay, but it's also an estuary. It's a type of estuary. And so this bay spans across numerous states on the East Coast. This type of estuary is known, as you saw on the diagram before, a river delta or a coastal plain. And coastal plain estuaries are formed. They're also known as a drowned river delta. So you can see there was rivers, and due to flooding, they were drowned. And another estuary, but it's called the Puget Sound. And this is actually the second largest estuary in the United States. And so this estuary is located on the Pacific Northwest of the United States. So when you think about the types of estuary it is known as a fjord type estuary. So we had coastal plain, river delta before, and now we have a fjord. And so this type of estuary is formed due to glacial ice melting. And it is also in the formation of a U shape. So you can kind of see that on the diagram here. There is about 2.6 billion people who live near coastal ecosystems like estuaries. And so that's 40% of the global population that is going to be utilizing these resources, but also impacting these ecosystems. So when we think about impacts on estuaries, we know that they are greatly impacted by climate change, the changing in temperature that we've seen in the ecosystem. So things like droughts can occur. Here's an example in the largest estuarine system in South Africa. There's droughts causing the estuary to dry up. Things like flooding occurring in Thames in the United Kingdom due to sea level rise. And then also pollution, nutrient pollution, leading to these large algal blooms that can take over the ecosystems, like here in Southern California. And so this is really important to note what's going on in these ecosystems because there is a large impact on humans and specifically Black people. So when we look at where Black people are located in the United States, we're all on the coast. So we need to understand what's going on in coastal ecosystems in order to protect ourselves. So what can you do? Educate yourself, share this video, tell everyone about estuaries and their importance. And you can also go on FEMA's website and figure out if you're located in a flood zone. You can type in your address and it'll tell you where you're located and if you are going to be impacted by climate change effects. Next, you can restoration. Restoration is key. So by understanding things that we can do to restore these estuaries and supporting scientists like me, we can make a difference. Organizations like Restore America's Estuaries, Coastal Estuarine Research Federation, and of course, Black and Marine Science are on the ground trying to communicate how we can make a difference and restore these places. So definitely support their organizations and check out their pages. And then take action. You can do something yourself. We hear all about beach cleanups, but what about estuary cleanups? I actually did one in San Juan, Puerto Rico at the San Juan Bay Estuary. And just for 1 hour during a conference, we collected all those bags of trash you see there. And every action counts. So thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me here and make sure you like, follow, and subscribe Black and Marine Science. Thanks.